Welcome back, folks, to Two Brits, One Puck. I'm your host, Mr. Intangibles, and a sexy boy, Dan Masters, with my good friend, the doofus, and a man who in his mid-20s fell for an April Fool's joke, Disco Will. Will, how you doing?
Fucking livid, especially now that you've re-brought that up. That was not an acceptable April Fool's joke. It wasn't.
How unacceptable can it be if you fell for it? It clearly was very acceptable if it worked.
Right, so, for those who don't know...
Oh, this will be... I can't wait for this defence. Go on.
For those who aren't strictly monitoring mine and Dan's WhatsApp messages, so I'm sure you've all heard of coronavirus and how that's impacting a lot of things.
Including your ability to see things, but go on.
I'm not fucking having this. Specifically, things in the sports world. So, the Premier League has been postponed for now, but we expect it's going to be finished at some point. Potential eventual champions Liverpool have their manufacturer deal for their kit ends after this season. So currently with New Balance, they're going to go into Nike with next season. So the rules in the contracts for kit manufacturers say the end of the 1920 Premier League season, and they have to give it a date just for the sake of it, and they put that as the 1st of June 2020, which under normal circumstances would be absolutely fine, you'd be well clear, but obviously if we resume the season it's going to go past that, so there's a bit of a legal confusion over who's going to do, New Balance won't actually have the rights to the kit anymore, even though it's still that season. Long story short, someone put up a press release saying how Nike and New Balance are going to do a collaborative kit. They had a mock-up of the kit. It all looked perfectly fine, all well explained, and I fell for it. I thought it was a true thing. And the reason why I think it was an unfair April Fool's is because, it was a perfectly fine looking kit. It was a perfectly reasonable solution to the weird situation we're in. And also, how can you do an April Fool's during a fucking global pandemic? Anything could be fucking happening. Do you know what I mean?
Sometimes all we have is laughter,
I appreciate jokes and stuff like that, but to pull a ruse on someone is mate, of course I believed it.
I'm sorry, that defence does not stand with me at all.
I'm not taking it. I was unfairly taken advantage of.
I didn't have a question this week, but there is something I noticed, was that I'm enjoying seeing all these NHL players actually at home spending time with their kids. I think it's quite funny that I'm sure the mums are just kind of said, you know what, I've been doing this myself now for 2 years. You can fucking have him for 3 months. I'm going to bed. I'll see you later.
Yeah, rightly so. I can't fucking imagine. How bad must it be to be the other half of an NHL player when you've got kids? There's always that thing of...
Terrible.
We see Dustin Brown has got 5 kids. So what are you doing, mate? How are you having 5 kids? And you're right, see you in 7 months, love. I
know. You just know when they get on that plane. So yeah, say Dustin Brown gets on that plane to fly on the way to Buffalo or something, and he must be on that plane just thinking, oh, thank fuck I'm on this plane and not at home with them kids, because it sounds like hell.
Players must just, if you know you're going to have a long NHL career, must just not give a shit about getting their partner pregnant. Must not give a fuck at all, because you have no responsibility towards them.
It is crazy, isn't it? It is crazy. I mentioned this on one of the first ever shows we did. There's a document, not kind of a documentary, but just a look at one of the teams, and they were they'd lost 5 straight or something, and the NHL player, I can't remember who it is, but the NHL player sat at the kitchen table, and his wife's in the background, and she says something along the lines of, he thinks he's got it tough. I'm sat here looking after 3 kids under 4 every day.
I'm certain that's Dustin Brown.
Is it Dustin Brown? Yeah, maybe it is Dustin Brown. And he just looks at the camera and says something like, we've lost 5 straight. Does she not understand? Mate, what the fuck is wrong with you? Do you not get it?
Self-entitled prick.
He's so serious. Does she not get we've lost 5 straight? I mean, what the fuck? Forget these little people I've created.
Yeah, these humans that I'm responsible for.
Yeah, it's mad. And you just know some of them have only had kids because they just kind of went along with the idea. I mean, I'm sure some of them wanted kids. I'm sure some of them, when they're home, are great parents and they take all the load off their wives and they say, you know what, honey, you go and chill out, go and have a bath for a week. I've got it's the bye week. We'll go on holiday or something. I'll make sure you're taken care of. But I'm sure some of them were just like, I don't know, should we have some kids then? And the wife kind of went, yeah, okay then. Because then he's thinking, well, yeah, we will, because I won't be here for half of it. So good luck.
And it's not even like just about being at home or on the road or whatever, because even when you're playing games at home, you have to be on such a strict schedule as an NHL player.
Yeah.
It's basically a 24-hour-a-day job. You could have a 4-week homestand and you're still like, right, up at 6, get to the rink for my hour's massage and then my fucking painkiller shot and then practice until 11, then come home and sleep, then have a meal, then go back to the rink and then come home at like after midnight.
I can imagine two players talking and one says to the other one, oh man, my little kid's not doing too good. He's got colic. He was up all night. Oh, was he? Oh, Dad, how'd you come in this morning then? Well, I didn't get up, did I? The wife got up. I'm not getting up. I had to be in here at 7. Mental. She can look after him. It's not my job.
It's like, how are your kids doing? I don't know.
I don't know. I'll text my wife and find out.
Let me check her Instagram.
Do you know what though? I totally understand that kind of going along with life because you think that's the next logical step. Because before I met Sarah, I was engaged before. Because I've been going out with this girl for 3 years, and I just thought, well, yeah, I guess we should get married then.
It's what you do.
It wasn't. I was desperate to get married. I just thought, well, I guess we've been together 3 years. We should probably get engaged, right? It just seemed like the next step.
It'd be rude not to.
Yeah. And you just know, like, some of these NHLers now are probably playing with their kids thinking, oh, wow, you guys are pretty cool. Oh, no way. You guys are fun. This is exciting.
You guys are always like this?
Yeah. I can imagine the absolute eye rolling that's going on with some of those wives and girlfriends. Does he always make this much mess? And the wife's just like, fuck you. I hate you so much.
Where do we keep the wet wipes?
Why can't he feed himself? Like, what's he? I don't understand. Does he not get what a spoon is?
He's been around for 2 seasons now.
He's putting a bit of weight on. I think he needs a bit of a conditioning stint. What do you think? Send him into the yard and do some laps.
That's the thing as well. Like, under normal circumstances, they come back into these kids' lives in the summer, and they're also fucking millionaires. So
yeah,
I don't know, not to. Obviously, it doesn't matter how much money you've got. Kids are going to be hard, but if there's ever an easy way to do it, it's seasonal work when you've got millions in the bank.
Yeah, that's true. And you know what, as well, on the other side, I bet some of these wives and girlfriends already hate their husbands or boyfriends being at home. I bet some of them are just like, I wish you'd just leave. Please leave. Get back out there. You are under my feet. You are doing my head in. Because they just, some of the, especially the players who are older, the wives and girlfriends have been used to those guys not being there sort of 3 or 4 days a week. So they're kind of into their own routine with life. And now here comes this fucking bumbling idiot. He's probably had 17 concussions in his career. Just like spilling milk everywhere, dropping things on the floor. Just like, where are my keys again? What's happening? And the wife's just like, oh my God, you're such an idiot. I hate you.
Superstar NHL player can't carry a glass of milk from the fucking kitchen to the living room.
Mate, if I conducted a players' poll and I told you that half of them couldn't carry a drink from one room to another without spilling it, would you be surprised? No, you wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't, would you?
No, because the poll would just come back with Carey Price, 55%. So that wasn't a question, boys.
Christ. Right. We're going to start the show and then we're going to get into this in a sec because I've got something to say.
God's sake. All right.
Right, so do you know what? I've actually got a couple of scratches this week. Some segments are still alive. One of them this week was definitely scratches for me. I'm going to just say something. This is just a couple of things that I'd noticed that we're kind of getting. You know, we'll get into these couple of little bits, but I'm gonna call them scratches because it was something that was annoying me. Why is that player poll even a thing? Why do they even do it?
Mate,
it's so fucking stupid. It's so stupid. The best way to cover the player poll is just completely ignore it and not talk about it. Because nothing, Carey Price is the best goalie. God almighty.
Great player, what can I say?
What can you say? Well, amazingly, the consensus is that one of the best goalies in the league is John Gibson, not even in the top 5. And neither of the Stanley Cup goalies were in the top 5. Which is just amazing. Amazing.
It's
Jesus Christ.
These guys just don't know what they're talking about is a problem.
Well, we're going to get into this in a minute, but they're just robots, aren't they? They have no original thoughts or anything of their own. And now it's going to be, once Carey Price retires, then it'll be Vasilevsky for then the next 8-9 years, which is fine because he's really good. But then there's a point where he'll be terrible and it'll still be Vasilevsky because that's just what everyone's heard for the past 8 years. So he must be the best. Who's the best trash talker? Brad Marchand, Drew Doughty. Who's the worst trash talker? Brad Marchand, Drew Doughty. What? Christ.
That one's a weird one because it's like so subjective. Because say you're particularly thin-skinned or whatever, you're just gonna be like, oh, Brad Marchand sounds like a twat. When really you could just be tearing you in your arsehole with some really good jokes, but you're just a fucking petty little shit about it.
Do you know what it is? I actually listened to 31 Thoughts early this week. I normally don't listen to shows till after we finish recording because I don't want to be influenced by any other shows. They had a guest and they said to him, who would you like to be stuck with in quarantine? Who would you not like to be stuck with in quarantine? And he answered the question, who would you not like to be stuck with in quarantine? And he answered a former, like an ex-player, an ex-teammate. And he said, yeah, we just didn't really get on. We had nothing in common. We just didn't kind of gel. I maybe spoke to him for 20 minutes my entire life. We just didn't kind of see eye to eye. And Elliot was like, oh my God, you actually answered that question. And he actually said, I'm quite surprised you answered that question. Thinking, yeah, because all hockey players say is just the same old, who'd you not like to get stuck with in quarantine? Oh, I don't know, all the guys are pretty cool, really. Maybe this guy, because sometimes he cuts his toenails in weird places. And you just think, oh God, shut up. You're all so boring.
It's, against my better judgment, I'm kind of starting to enjoy players like Kevin Hayes, like Travis Konechny, specifically the Philadelphia Flyers, because I watched a couple of their behind-the-scenes stuff, and they're just fucking funny little bastards. It's all very jockey, it's all borderline chickletsy, and you know that behind closed doors they are very much of that barstool sort of style. But what you see, because it's so well curated by the PR team, is just like funny guys ribbing on each other, and that's quite refreshing to see compared to, like your Taveses, your Sids, like your McDavids, whoever it might be. That's, like you say, just a hockey robot with no personality whatsoever.
Like we said before, hockey more than any sport to me is the closest thing to, in sports world, being in the army. It's so enshrined, it's so close-knit, it's so insular. Don't step on the logo, whatever you do. I can't say anything bad about anyone ever because we've been at war together. And I just think, oh Christ, what the fuck's wrong with you? Just have a bit of something. And the players' poll should be actual. Just make it anonymous as possible. Genuine questions. Who do you hate? Not who's the best trash talker, who's the worst trash talker. Who do you genuinely dislike? If someone's house is on fire and they were inside, who would you leave in there? That's what I want to know the answers to. But on the other side of it, this guy's got a problem with his kidneys. Who would you give a kidney to? Who is the guy, like you think, oh my God, this guy deserves all my money, all my energy, everything I can ever give to him. Who's that guy? Make it at least interesting. Not just the same old shit boring answers. Who's the best forward? Great.
You're spot on there. Like, part of the problem is the content of the poll itself. You're giving stale as fuck questions to stale as fuck people. So, surprise, surprise, you get stale answers.
Yeah, it's the same questions every year as well. They just get a piece of paper, loads of tick boxes, tick, 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 off you go. I mean, do you think they actually give a shit? No, they don't. That's why some of the things I remember, I think Custon sat down with a few players and said, do you know which goalies you've scored on the most? That was kind of like something like that is interesting. To make them talk about players they've bested or things like that. That's more interesting than just, what do you think of this guy? He's okay. What do you think of this guy though? Well, he's okay.
Yeah, you're never going to get anything more than that for personality answers.
No, not at all, not at all. All right, here's something else. Something this kind of bugged me slightly this week. I think it's interesting that all these podcasts that are now recording remotely don't have the same sound qualities that we do. And I'm going to this sounds a bit like, I get it. I'm going to pat us on the
Fucking-
back slightly here, a la Barry Horowitz, and there's probably maybe one person who gets that reference. But
Fucking Jack the Biscuit over here.
shout out to Jack the Biscuit. But it does bug me slightly that we're just two goofballs recording in our houses, and I swear to God, I will never explain. If I ever get rich off this, I'll explain one day how we record these things, because it's so fucking janky and low rent. But we've managed to find a way to make this show sound better than it's got any right to. Yet, other podcasts, which is how they make money and how they put some of them put food on the table, they can't put out a show without crackling, cut out, delays, all that kind of stuff. I just think, how hard is it, really? I don't know. It just annoys me.
I think it might have been 31 Thoughts that I was listening to that I had to turn off because it was so bad with their remote stuff. I don't think it was. It was something else. But yeah, I had exactly the same thought this week. And part of it is just people not putting the effort in. But even so, I don't think you need to. There are plenty of podcasts that happily admit that they press record, they press stop at the end, and then just upload it, and it still sounds better than what some of these people are putting out. It's like they're actively trying to sound terrible.
And I get it. I get it when the old joke back in the day we used to talk about the PDO cast with Dimitri, that he'd be sat in a cafe somewhere, there'd be like people talk. But that was different. That's like ambient background noise. And if I said, oh, me and Will are recording this in a cafe or in a fucking shopping centre or something, then you know what you're going to get. But when some of them are saying, oh, God, please keep supporting the show, it's like, well, I'd love to if I could actually listen to it and not think, like, do you not do any editing at all? Like, what else are you doing with your day? There's nothing else to do. That is one of the things of why I'm still listening to 31 Thoughts, is that clearly Arnold Delich is an amazing producer. I mean, he does an exceptional job, and I noticed the things that he does once we finish a show. I spend more time editing the show than I do recording the show, because I want it to sound good for people. I don't want people listening to think, oh God, this is just fucking low rent and bullshit, which it is, but that's the content, not the audio quality. Once the shit hit the fan with all this stuff and everyone was doing podcasts remotely, I was just thinking, can't you even work out how to put out like decent sound quality?
Especially as like, that's the whole point. Like, you don't need to be in the fucking same room as each other to do a podcast.
That's the thing, isn't it? You would think like a podcast is something that shouldn't be affected by this at all. Even if you do record in the same room normally, you don't have to, but there's still a way to make it like sound as though you're stood next to each other.
Don't know if people have heard of this wonderful invention called the telephone. Fucking revolutionary.
Hey, yeah. Let's not give any of our secrets away either.
What it is we plug a telephone into a tape recorder and then get an iPhone and use the recording function on that to record the tape, and that's it.
I've got two ghetto blasters set up next to each other, and I have to push record on the tapes at the same time. If I don't do it, the whole show's messed up. The other thing was, all right, this was the worst one. Do you know what I say to you all the time? I try so hard to not let little things bother me, but sometimes little cracks just appear, and these little things just find their way in and just burrow into my brain.
A for effort, E for attainment, Dan.
Yeah. Maybe I've missed something. The push-up challenge. Are we saying that I'm nominating a professional sportsman to do 10 push-ups? Is that what we're doing?
Depends who the professional sportsman is, though.
All right, fine. Let's just take it this way. Forget sportsmen. Hockey players. We're betting professional hockey players can't do 10 push-ups. That's what we're nominating. That's what we're nominating them to do. This was their idea.
Do you reckon Big Buff could do 10 push-ups right now?
Yeah, probably on one arm. I think he could do 10 one-handed push-ups. Genuinely. Do you know what this showed, right? This shows, and you can tell NHLers are so conditioned to being told what to do by every single person around them, because after 7 days in isolation, the best and most fun thing they could come up with is push-ups. Brilliant.
And it all comes full circle as how boring. I can't imagine it. Like, if anyone ever asked me that, who would you not want to be isolated with in the NHL? It's like, fucking any of them. Absolutely any of them.
That's so true. I will take 3 months all on my own, thank you very much, before I sit with an NHLer who just sits there and goes, could you do 10 push-ups? And I just think, oh, God. I hope these 10 push-ups give you a fucking aneurysm.
Just fucking go outside. Either take the COVID or go to jail. One or the other. Either is more appealing than spending time with an NHL player.
And here's the thing as well, they're all just doing regular push-ups. None of them are like, oh, do you know what? I'll do it on my knuckles to show off. I'll do it on my fingertips to show off. I'll do handstand press ups to show off. No, just regular push ups. There's nothing. Not even. I did them on the roof of my house. I did them on my car. I don't know anything. Nope. Can you do 10 push-ups?
Dan. What do you want from them? Do you really want to see a video of, I don't know, David Pasternak uploading a video of him getting kicked in the ball bag 10 times and just firming it? Is that what you're looking for?
Yes, I do. How about I don't know, Colin Miller builds a marble run, watches Keith Kincaid discusses astrophysics, Inside 9/11 Conspiracy with Mike Sullivan. No. What do we get? Push-ups. Just some push-ups.
Shout out to Elias Pettersson for being the only human being in this league.
There's been maybe 2 or 3, hasn't there? That's it. God, they're so conditioned. And this is such a silly little thing, but it was so obvious that they're just so used to being told what to do by everybody that this is all they could think. This is all they could think of to do.
Coronavirus has a higher death mortality rate than the NHL has comedy rate.
It's like the power of 100, like by a factor of like 100. There's maybe 2 or 3 NHLers that are kind of interesting.
0.5% of every NHL player is funny.
Not even 0.5%. Fucking push-ups, man. I ask you, push-ups.
Mate, I'll tell you, hockey might as well. Obviously, it isn't happening, but I don't know what's going on at all. You know what I mean? I'm completely disconnected from anything hockey related now.
You know that Sportsnet insider trading thing, where you know, like the four talking heads pretend to know what's going on inside the room.
What, Friedman, Johnson,
whoever it is.
Yeah.
But somebody put on insider trading live now, and they're all doing it from their house. And somebody put on Twitter, they said something like, you know, I don't mean to, this isn't meant to be disrespectful, but I do not miss anything like this at all. Why did I ever watch this? It's not anything. And they're right. It's just more people talking about what they think is going to happen in hockey. And you just realise, like, yeah, why do we need any of this? Just play the games and we'll just watch the games. And that's it.
There are plenty of things that there's an element of, like, we don't need to go back to doing it this way at all.
Yeah.
It's like, if I never have to go into the office ever again, I would die a happy man.
Yeah, no need that's to do true. It.
Save so much time, save so much money on petrol, etc., etc.
Before we move on, we're on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcast, YouTube, and the dark web. Don't forget as well to leave a 5-star review, because in these crazy times, wouldn't you like to cheer someone up a little bit? Like me, please. This part of the show is brought to you in conjunction with the fine team over at Wave Intel. During this time of strife, while away some hours by delving into your team's stats with easy-to-read comparison charts, and look at the GM drafting toolkit to see how wasteful they've been. Then, if you don't like what you see, you can spend some more time writing some quality hate mail with all this free time you have. Wave Intel, online and on Twitter, giving you reasons to be angry at your GM.
As of today, you can find Jason can teach you that Conor McDavid is not actually a very good player at all.
Oh God, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for reminding me of that. I saw that Wyshynski article and I was like, oh, Greg, what have you done? You know what people are going to do, don't you? And he just, straight away, people were just, oh, Greg, do you actually think he's not any good? And I just thought, oh, God, who'd be a hockey writer? Who'd be a hockey writer? I've said it a million times. Hockey fans are the worst. They're the worst.
Especially us.
Especially us. Well, as we all know, McDavid was drafted for that reason. You need a good 200-foot game from Connor. Imagine how good Gretzky would have been if he just backchecked a little bit. You know?
He'd have been all right. Can't watch him.
He'd have been
much play right now. I haven't seen him in the D zone much.
Exactly. Fraudulent. I did want to discuss last week's draft, though, because I put it out on Twitter for the world to judge us, and they did, which was good. But it was a very interesting reveal to me. Aside from 2 comments, one from friend of the show, Gillian Kemmerer, who, I'll be honest, I did pander to by having some underrated Russians in there, and at Zanderson_84, who mentioned actual hockey play by talking about face-off wins from Fedorov. Apart from those 2 comments, the only 2 players mentioned in the entire thing were Lidstrom and Hasek. And that was the sole reason people chose either team. And I thought that was absolutely fascinating.
If I'd have managed to snag Hasek,
mate,
I'd have been
mate,
laughing.
Honest to God, you could have picked Lidstrom and Hasek and just absolute scrubs, and you still would have won.
Did you took Hashik after I took Ovi, didn't you? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. Yes, because you took Lidstrom, and I thought you were taking Yager, and I thought if he's taking Yager, I'll take Hasek, because at least I've got the best goalie, which is easy. Then that's fine. I don't mind having the best goalie. And then Lidstrom or Ovechkin, I thought, well, it's the best goal scorer ever, probably the second best defenseman ever. But then when you took Lidstrom first, I thought, oh shit, what do I do now? Now I have to take Yager. I'd be stupid not to. But it appeared like it didn't matter if I took Yager or not. Nobody mentioned Yager at all in any argument. I find that amazing.
But then when we teased it, his was the only name that came up.
Yeah. Then when it came to like, hey, here's the list, everybody, what would you think? It was either, well, I'd take this team because Lidstrom, obviously, or, well, you're mental, like Hasek's on this team, you take that team. And that was it. Right. No mention about Ovi, no mention about Bure, like Stachny, all these Forsberg, all these players that were amazing. Nobody gave a shit. It was Lidstrom or Hasek. That was it.
I reckon it would have been a different situation if I'd taken Hasek and Lidstrom and you had Ovi and Yager.
Absolutely. You would have won in a landslide.
Nah. I think there'd have been more discussion. I think there'd have been a lot more
No
discussion.
way. No way, dude.
Nah, because you think as it stands, as it ended up, I ended up with Lidstrom and Ovi. You ended up with Hasek and Yager. Yager and Ovi are both phenomenal generational wingers, so they kind of cancel each other out. Then it's a question of what do you think's more valuable? One of the best defensemen of all time or one of the best goalies of all time? So that's where it's more of a... Nobody's going to be arguing between, Yager or Ovechkin. That's much more of a minutiae argument to be making, rather than, not saying that there are any surface level arguments, but on the face of it, you've got, right, do you want a D-man or do you want a goalie? So it's like, it's easier to sort of draw sides there, isn't it?
I suppose. But like we said last week, though, we really did think a lot about that draft, didn't we? We both did. I said to you, I thought really long and hard about who I would pick and try and pick where and positions and all that kind of thing. And in the end, the consensus was it didn't matter. You had a good goalie, so you win. That was it. I thought, is that it? That's what we're boiling down to. Or the best European team of all time was just, do you prefer the defenseman or this one defenseman or this one goalie?
That's what happens when you get legends involved, though, isn't it?
I guess so. It just surprised me, though, that at no point nobody countered Lidstrom with, yeah, but imagine if like Prime Yager was coming at him. Or nobody countered Hasek with, yeah, but imagine if you had Ovi like ripping power play shots at him. Would it translate? Would it be the same? Or even the players they were playing with. But imagine if you've got Solani and Ovi and Makita on the same line against Hasek. Well, is he going to be that good then? Surely not. Or, Lidstrom's got... I can't remember who I picked now, but Lidstrom's got Yager and this guy coming at him. But no, it didn't. That just didn't. Every other player was just taken out of it. Nobody else cared about anyone else. It's very peculiar.
It's really very interesting, peculiar, isn't it? Really interesting. Super
interesting. All right, let's get to this week's.
See if we can develop as much of an argument about it.
I don't know. It's going to devolve into a tactical mess. I just know it is because of the rules we set in place for ourselves. All right. Thanks to fan of the show at Mella Steve for this idea. He suggested a decade draft. Players available who were drafted between 2010 2019. Will and I discussed this last week after the show and decided that we needed a few little extra rules in place. Now I'm picking first because Will picked first last time and because I'm better looking. But me picking first causes a slight issue because it's not fair if I get first pick every time. So I would get the best. I would get to choose the best player every time. So we tweaked it a little bit. Obviously, once a player is picked, he's unavailable going forward. But also, once the player is taken from a particular year, that year is then unavailable until all the years in the decade have been chosen from. For example, if I take a player from 2016, neither of us can take a player from 2016 until all the years have been completed in that decade. And we thought this would make it a bit more interesting and a bit more tactical. There's a large choice of players available, so you must draft position specific. No drafting 6 left-sided D-men. There we go. Okay.
That positional thing got really hard with the more recent drafts.
Yes, it did. Really hard.
I think, which one was it? 2019 specifically, all of the forwards are centres. Just because, there's that thing of if you're good in junior, you play centre, and then you grow up a bit. You're not that shit hot as a centre. You'd work better as a winger, sort of thing.
Yeah, you move to the outside.
Yeah, so where a lot of these players are still playing in junior for the last couple of drafts, they haven't evolved enough to turn into wingers yet.
Should we get started? No surprises. I am taking, from the 2015 draft, selected number 1 overall, I will take Connor McDavid.
See, now there was so much time put into this draft. There are so many players here and so much to think about. I don't necessarily know who I'm going to pick next.
Yeah, so now, this is, again, to clarify the rules now, Will and I can now not pick anybody from 2015. That's it now. That's out until every other year's been chosen from.
Yeah, until we've done... Oh, mate, this is so
This was the opposite of last week. This first overall was easy this week. That's an easy choice. Regardless, I don't care who it is. You take Connor. The second overall. Now this is already... it's getting tricky.
I still think this is relatively easy.
I think I know where you're going.
Because I'm going to take, from the 2013 draft, originally taken first overall as well, it's Nathan McKinnon. It's got to be done.
Yeah.
It's got to be done. I can't... Yeah. He's the second best player available, I think. Looking at this massive list of players...
I'd love to know how many players you've got. I've got about 150 players here, just to try and cover. Well, I'm just trying to cover all eventualities. That's all I'm trying to do,
mate. I've got 12 per draft, so yeah, I've got 120 players in front of me.
There you go. Yeah, and I threw in a couple of extras just in case, just because I like to throw the odd curveball now and again, don't I?
Oh, mate. I'm buzzing when you say Tom Wilson next.
Do you know what? He's not even on my list this time. The shade I'm throwing at Mr. Wilson.
From the 2011 draft, originally picked in the 4th round by the Nashville Predators, Jimmy VC.
See, now I think now there are 2 obvious choices. And I'm going to pick one, and you're going to pick the other one. But we did this last week, and it went totally wrong.
You're making me feel really stupid because I don't know who you're talking about.
Okay.
Oh, mate. Because especially so we'll just get a bit meta with this. A decade's a long time. So say a player drafted in 2010 is infinitely more established and has a longer track record and is arguably a more proven, better player than, say, a player taken in the 2017 draft who, for the time being, seems to be really good, but maybe isn't going to turn out that way long term, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm convinced all the choices are going to go 2010 to 16, and then we're going to round out with 17, 18, 19. That's just how I assume it's going to go, because like you say, there's more. You've got more to kind of pick from, haven't you?
Thanks for the tip.
I don't know.
No, I really appreciate it.
Okay, here's my next pick. 2014 draft, taken 25th overall. I am taking David Pasternak.
Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Let me just fill in my my sheet. And what position do you have David Pasternak playing?
Right wing.
Just so we're all on the same page.
What position you got him playing? What do you get, man? Why? Right wing.
What number does he wear? Oh shit! This is so hard. This is so hard. I can't.
I'm surprised I'm surprised now. I'll be honest. I'm surprised this has taken you this long. To me, there was a de facto top 4. There really was. For me.
Oh, yeah, all right. From the 2011 draft, I'm taking Nikita Kucherov.
There we go. There he
is. I found him. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that was my. I had that as a top 4, and that was, to me, again, that was a safe top 4. Didn't matter which way you went with it. Centre, right wing. That's all done.
This is a problem with my draft board layout. I've done it by year and by position. So in each position, I've got who I would pick in that position first, but I haven't got a list of who are the shit-outs that I need to get.
Oh, okay.
So I've done this.
See, now I've got a decision. Now I've got a decision to make.
Oh, fuck.
Shit.
What are you? What position?
Right, I'm going to do that.
Leaning towards.
That. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to do that. From 2010. Taken overall number 1, I will select Taylor Hall.
Oh my fucking god.
What?
That's mental.
Why is that mental?
That's fucking insane.
He's a really, really good player. Who's played on all his teams he's played on have been bad. Even the team he got traded to now, that was a quote-unquote playoff contender, is bad. They're not great.
I love that. He's a really good player. All the teams he's ever played on have been bad.
It's true, though. It's true.
I know, it's just the juxtaposition of it. He's really good.
You're telling me...
He's just always on bad teams. Are
you telling me Alan Shearer wasn't an amazing striker because he never won a Premier League? No, he was amazing. He just played on a bad team. Oh, sorry, he won it with Blackburn, not Newcastle.
He did win it. So he played for two teams. One team, he won the fucking league, and the other one was his hometown team. Where he was
I'll have to leave that in as well.
Legend.
I can't hide that either. I'll have to leave it in because I've got to be truthful to myself.
Are you telling me that Ryan Giggs is a bad player?
I don't care. I mean, he is. Taylor Hall's a great player. He's a great player.
Yeah, he's a good player. I've got a lot of good players written down here. I don't strictly think that.
Right, go on then. Let's take your next pick then. Go on.
Well, this is where I don't like it. Oh my god! I just. There's too much going on. It's too much for me. I can't.
There's too much going on.
Yeah, there is too much going on. It's like splitting hairs. You know what I mean? Between players. My fucking brain. I've not helped myself here. by the way I've laid this out. It's shameful.
I said to you last week, you need to talk to your scouting team. You need to bang some heads together. They're not helping you here, are they?
I wouldn't say so. Right, based on what's left, I'm going to go draft-wise. I'm going to take another centre.
Oh, okay, so you're going there then. Okay.
I'm going to say Austin Matthews from the 2016 draft.
Okay.
I think after a couple of goes round, it'll make more sense.
Austin Matthews, interesting. Okay.
What have we got left? Unsurprisingly, we've got the 2012 draft left.
We do.
So 12, 17, 18, 19.
Unsurprisingly. You know that draft we did a few weeks ago that was just involved piles of shit? That one's left. I'm stunned.
Yeah, funny that.
Just, what a surprise.
Okay, all right. I'm set for this one. I think I know the two that I'm going to pick between, depending on who you leave for me.
This is tactical. This is a tactical pick. But I'm going to do this now because I know that after you've had your pick, I can then pick from that side. So that's okay for me.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm very interested in this.
From 2012, taken 19th overall, I'm taking Andrei Vasilevsky.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you that. That's probably for the best.
So now that means you can't take Tom Wilson. Ha! I did. Yeah, see what I did to you.
You stuffed me there. He's not even on my list.
No, Nal Yakupov for you, my friend.
Oh, God damn it.
Damn it.
Goalie. Vasilevsky. I didn't necessarily know we'd be taking goalies so soon.
It was completely tactical. Completely tactical.
Yeah, I think I'll give you that. It might help you again. I'm going to take a very predictable pick from the 2017 draft. The best player drafted in that draft is Miro Heiskanen. Congratulations.
Yes, okay. I expected that.
It was either that or I was going to take a goalie from the 2019 draft just for pure you can't prove me wrong picks.
How do you know he's not a future seven-time veteran?
What do you mean he's not?
You don't know that.
You don't know he's bad. So
you got no idea.
I think I know who you're going to take. It would make sense to me.
Oh, really, fool? Okay.
Mate, I hope you're not going to take this person.
As much as I like that, I've got to be. Yeah.
Oh, actually,
from 2018.
Yep.
2018, selected 7th overall. I will take Quinn Hughes.
Yep, there he is. Okay, nice one. Very good.
I'm slightly perturbed that you're not laughing in my face yet, as you seem to do with most of my drafts. It appears I'm doing my job the way you would do yours, which is kind of annoying to me.
I already laughed at you for taking Taylor Hall. Is that not enough?
I suppose. Yeah, I'll take it for now.
Mate, I'll tell you, because I started doing it one way and changed my layout. 2010 is the only draft that I had in some sort of order of players I would take, and he was 7th.
Okay.
That's partly down to
this is a tactical game as much as anything else.
That's the thing. So I've got players in that top 7 who I don't think are better players than Hall, but it's like, oh, shit, if shit hits the fan, I'm going to need that player.
There's going to be some absolute quality as well that's not going to get taken at all. And people are going to say, why don't you just take this guy? Well, I couldn't. The rules of the game. It's like I couldn't break the rules.
So I've got a tape from 2019 now, yeah?
You do indeed.
Okay. Oh, mate, no. Oh, I don't... It's only just hit me that this is going to take up a roster spot. It's not like I can have a 13th forward or something like that.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, this is why this was a good idea. This was your idea as well, which I did like. It is a good idea.
I've absolutely fucked myself here, haven't I? From the 2019 draft, taken second overall by the New York Hockey Rangers, it's Capo Caco, ladies and gentlemen. I'm penciling him in straight in that fourth line spot.
Fourth line. I'm also making sure I take stock of what we've got on each team now. Sorry, I thought I did something wrong then. Christ. All right.
So we've gone all the way around now, haven't we?
All the way around. The whole board is back, full open.
These drafts are like a fucking loser's board game. It's really good. I really like it.
I love it. Okay, what have we got in terms of that? Oh, God.
On this week's 6-hour episode of Two Brits, One Pack.
This is why last week's show got cut down so much. Honestly, it was so much of us just going, what about this guy? Mate, even this isn't going to make it into the show because we're thinking. I was just talking out loud while I'm thinking.
When I was in NHL the other day, I was doing the draft and I was dicking about so much that I got down to like 3 seconds left and I just had to fucking pick a player.
I always use my timeouts in the draft. I always use them because I just end up thinking, messing around too much. So actually, I need to use a timeout. Oh, hang on a minute. I just thought of something. You should go You should go first on this round.
Oh, you think so? What, as like a snake draft kind of thing?
Yes, because if you don't, you'll end up getting 2019 again at the end, won't you?
Oh, that's a good idea. Oh, that's very kind of you. It really is.
Yeah, so it's only fair. Because then when I beat you again, I can laugh at you properly and you can't have an excuse. Right, go on.
You know I love a good excuse. I'm going to take this man because I feel like I need to, or else I'm going to run into some issue later down the line. From the 2011 draft, I'm taking the most underappreciated man in the world, Adam Larson. No, it's John Gibson.
Oh, you bastard.
I thought I've got to, because are there any goalies that play in the NHL that are any good? I don't think there are.
Yeah, Carey Price, he's awesome. Yeah, there are, but no one ever talks about how good they are for some reason. As I said to you, Will, neither of the Stanley Cup Finals goalies, who were both amazing last year, didn't make it into the top 5 in the players' poll. Fucking what?
I don't know what your list looks like for this, but there are 4 goalies worth... I'd say there are 3 goalies worth taking. Oh, no, 4. 4, actually, no.
There's 4. There's 4.
There's definitely 4.
There's 4 standouts that you should take. And then...
Oh, yeah, I'm starting to wonder whether I've taken the wrong one.
There's 4 standouts you should take. Then there's 2 that you like, yeah. And then 2 that are, well, in a pinch. And then 1 maybe.
And then the rest are 2017 onwards.
Yeah, then there's just nothing after that. Okay. I'm gonna draft purely on need because I need to at least do something here.
Nobody's taken a right D, which is interesting.
Oh, that's about to change, my friend, because from the 2010 draft, selected 131st overall, I should be taking John Klingberg.
Oh, I can't be angry at that. That's beautiful. Thank you very much. I mean, you've made the wrong decision, but fair enough. Fair enough. That's worked out swimmingly because from the 2013 draft, I think he was taken 4th. I'm going to take Seth Jones.
Oh, okay. I am surprised by that a little bit. I thought there was somebody else you would have taken first.
Well, I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh, you fucking idiot, Will. Well, there's someone else I would have thought you to take. All right, okay. I think we've both made idiots of ourselves here.
That's so funny.
Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, that's fine. The right D position is still in a solid situation. Right, so what have you got left to pick from? You've got
12, obviously. 14, 15, 16, and then 17, 18, 19.
Where's he going to go?
If I don't take him, what's left there?
Oh, I don't want to load up on that side.
If I take that, If you're there, would you go there though? Maybe not. Fucking, as we say all the time, I am not taking this player because I believe they're the 12th or 13th best player available. I'm taking them purely to at least have some more kind of cover on this side of this position. From 2014, number 1 overall, I'll take Aaron Ekblad, right D.
Oh my fucking god!
Here we go. Aaron Ekblad's a terrible player. Is that what we're doing?
I'm not saying he's terrible, but I'm fucking taking him. I'm taking him. I'm taking him, and I'm taking him again. From the 2016 draft, I'm taking Charlie McAvoy. You fucking idiot.
That's fine. It was.
What? No, it's not fine. You're meant to be angry with that.
Why?
Because McAvoy is much better than Ekblad.
Again, Will, much better.
He's definitely much better than Ekblad.
It's light years, is it?
Yeah, I did. Completely different league, mate.
Fucking McAvoy's out here playing 4D chess. Fucking Ekblad's still playing.
Doesn't deserve to sharpen McAvoy's skates. See, now I'm starting to think that you've taken Ekblad in a way to like get my temper flared. So I take like revenge picks like Charlie McAvoy. What I'm going to say Brandon Carlo next. And Danton Heinen.
You've just got the whole Bruins team.
Yeah, how do you like that, Dan?
Drafted from like 2010 onwards. Christ, now here's, right, oh my God, Sophie's choice here. Jesus. I'm going 2015.
Yeah, I think I've already fucked myself. Should have taken him.
Do you know what? I looked at some of these drafts. Fuck it, some of them are so deep. And then some of them are just dross. Some of them outside the top 10 or 15, you think, Jesus Christ, who are any of these players? And then some you just think, God, does this draft ever end? These are all excellent. Right, 2015, I'll take the good Ontario boy. I'm taking Mitch Marner.
Oh, there have been some very interesting choices on your end.
There always is. I'm a wild card, Will. You know it.
You fucking are a wild card, mate. You're out there. You're out there. So, we've got 12 left, and then 17, 18, 19.
Yeah, see, not so fucking easy when you got the ball, is it?
It's just
Mister, I can't believe you've taken this play. I like, right, I've got Mitch Marner, right wing, my second line right winger, and you're like, ooh, that's a bit of a surprise.
No, but you've got to think
Mitch Marner.
There are players that I would take that I can't take. You know what I mean? So that's why.
I agree.
That's where it gets not confusing, but you get restrained, and then you decide.
Yeah, you do. This is why your idea was a very good idea. It was a much better idea to do this than to just pick anyone you wanted from any year, because then it just gets silly. It's too easy then. We needed some challenge. Yeah, we needed some challenge to it.
I hope I'm going to not regret this, but I'm going to take from the 2017 draft. Selected 5th overall, it's Elias Pettersson. The funniest, the only human being still playing in the AHL.
That would have been my next pick, honestly.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
Although you've now got 3 centres, so that's interesting.
I don't think that's a bad situation to be in, though. I thought he's very good. There are going to be so many players in that 2015 draft that are going to be left on the board just because we can't take them.
Yep, just because you can't take him. And 11 as well. 11 was deep, especially at forward.
Yes.
Going to be some excellent players left on that board from 11.
Certain forward positions.
Yes, that's true. So I've got 12, 18 and 19 left. God damn it. God, that 19 draft is just killing us. It's just killing us. I'm looking at it already thinking, I don't want to take any of them.
They're all going to be perfectly good
when it gets to
players,
my turn.
But
yeah, they all might be fine.
Not many of them have stepped into the AHL yet. So they're all...
I know.
I've got... And the ones that have gotten into the AHL weren't particularly good.
Yeah, none of them ripped it to pieces, did they?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to go best player available in my opinion at this time. I'm taking 2012, 5th overall, Morgan Riley.
Oh, good choice. I was eyeing him up. I really was. Where am I looking? There he is. Morgan.
I mean, there's one choice here for me, for you, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I think I know. I think I know who it is. From the 2019 draft. Nah, it's got to be Andrei Svechnikov, isn't it?
Fuck. Do you know what?
Has to
I think you could hear me hold my breath for a second then, just because I bought for a second you were actually going from 19.
Nah,
2019 draft.
it's Jack Hughes. Nah, it's got to be Svechnikov, isn't it? Got to be Svechnikov. What a player. What a player.
2019, number 1 overall. I'll take Jack Hughes. I was a bit kind of hamstrung. All right.
Interesting.
Back to me.
Who? I just don't know who you're going to go for next. Who? Where are you? Where are you light?
Nowhere, actually.
Nowhere,
I'm actually
really.
okay.
Yeah. We're all pretty. I'm a bit light in D, but that's not the end of the world, is it?
No, I mean, people have been saying that for years.
Oh, there you go.
Hey. All right. Oh, man. I feel like once I take this player, I know exactly what year you're going to. Oh, maybe I don't, because you need... okay.
Okay. I'm interested. You've piqued my interest, Danny. Who are you taking?
He's proven to me too much that, like, I admitted I was wrong on him. 2014, number 3 overall, Leon Draisaitl.
Oh my god! I never thought I'd see the day. I'm glad that you've
I said I'm a big man on the show. Yep, absolutely.
Where have you got him listed? Centre or wing?
Centre.
Centre. Good
centre.
choice.
Yeah, I get it. He's played on. Hey, do you know what the good news is as well? If I want to, when my team gets on the power play, I can stick him on with David's wing if I want to.
Then yeah, you're well away.
2 for the price of 1.
That's interesting. Right. That is so interesting. You're a very peculiar man, Dan.
I would love to give this sort of these parameters to proper analytical people, like real analytical people who will get into the crazy numbers and the crazy sort of machinations of these players and see what they would pick, given the parameters we've set out.
Doesn't Sean Teeney's got like a lineup builder tool with like war and stuff like that, doesn't he?
Oh, does he? Do you know what? I've never seen it.
Never seen it. It tends to do the rounds at the start of the season. We'll see if we can pump our data.
Yeah, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Have a little look.
Try and put these teams in.
So I'm going to the 2015 draft again, unsurprisingly.
Okay.
I'm going to take. He was 10th overall. Little man.
Okay.
Little man by the name of Mikko Rantanen. You might have heard of him.
Might have heard of him.
You might have heard of him. You have made some very interesting selections. Some extremely interesting selections.
I just like what?
Like Leon Draisaitl.
He's really good, Will. Like I've come round on him. He's really good.
He is really good.
Really good.
Especially with your affinity for Taylor Hall as like really good player playing on a really shit team. I'm surprised you took Draisaitl over Jack Eichel.
Hey, Jack Eichel's a really good player. But let me say, parameters dictate that when it got around to it, I couldn't pick him, or there was other people I wanted to pick instead of him.
You could have picked him a minute ago.
No, but I had players ahead of him, for example. So like I wanted to draft Marner instead.
And you wanted to get Draisaitl instead of Eichel.
Yeah.
Fair play. Fair enough. The man's a sucker for Hart Trophy winners, or potential Hart Trophy winners.
I'm a sucker for people who can score points in this league. I know, call me crazy.
You're a renegade, Dan.
Oh, dear me. You see, that's just screaming out to me that that's something that needs to happen.
I might take another goalie in a minute. I don't know.
I hope I'm not missing anybody here, but I still, yeah.
Oh, there's going to be somebody missed. There's going to be somebody that is just not registered on our radars at all.
Just because I don't want to get left too much on this side. 2011, 2nd overall, Gabriel Landeskog.
Mate.
Left wing.
You're such a fucking weirdo.
What is wrong with him?
He's a perfectly fine player, but like, you had the pick of the litter with other left wingers, mate.
Oh well, like fucking, I can't say it.
There's like this battleships mentality of like, oh, can't tell you what's happening.
It's true. All right.
Oh, mate. Where do we go now? Who do I fancy? I could probably go for a left-handed D-man. I probably need one. Is there anyone I fancy? Anyone I'm in the mood for? Not really.
No, you know, when you look at it, with the choices that are left because of what we've done, that left-handed D sides, not looking great, is it?
I mean, there are perfectly serviceable players, but
This is what I didn't want. I didn't want to get stuck on a side. Somebody looking at any part of my team, going, "Well, that side's fucking awful. What have you done there?" I want at least to people say, "Well, he's all right. That's fine.
He's balanced enough, isn't he? He's balanced.
Yeah, he's got decent balance there. He's all right."
I'm going for the other side of D from the 2017 draft, number 4 overall.
Oh, you bastard!
It's Cal McCarr. Don't worry about it.
That's my next pick. Oh God, that's really annoying.
Excellent. I'm really glad.
That's really annoying. That was my next pick.
Yeah. All right.
All right, that's fucked up my plans. Okay.
Good. I'm glad it has.
Yeah, good. Oh, bloody hell.
Oh, shit. That's who... not who I should have taken, but that's who I've got my eye on next.
Okay. All right.
So what have we got left now? 2012.
We've got 10, 12, 13, 16, 18, 19.
So 10, 13 or 16 is who you're going for, I assume.
I mean, yeah. I'm taking the hipster pick.
Oh.
His name's going in.
Elu Tolvanen.
Remember when he was a thing? 2010.
Oh.
Taken 178th. Mr. Mark Stone.
Of course. Again, another one that I couldn't see the wood for the trees. I could not see Mark Stone's name there. Good choice. I like it.
All right.
Got a new keyboard and the tab button doesn't work very well. I'm going from the 2016 draft. At left wing, I'm taking Matt Tkachuk.
Ooh, good choice. All right, okay.
Thank you very much. Some would say maybe a better left winger than Gabriel Landeskog. Maybe. Potentially. Who am I to say, really? Come on then. Griffin Reinhardt, 2012. Let's get it down. Let's get it in. Get it in the books.
This is so hard. So I feel like whatever pick I make now, you're just going to laugh at me.
I don't know. Not if you make a good pick.
All right, fair point. I'll give you that.
But I'm now thinking that you're going to make an insane pick. I think you're going to make
someone you've not even got listed.
Oh, I think I know who you're going to take. No, you've already done that plenty of times. Don't worry about it. I think I know. I know who you're going to take. And if you take this guy, I'm going to fucking piss myself. Go on, take him. Take him. I know you want. I know you want to.
Right. As soon as I make this pick, you've got to tell me who you thought I was going to take. Just because I'm curious.
I'll gladly tell you. I'll gladly tell you who it is. Go on, take him.
And then I think you know who I'm going to take. But I think, okay, all right, hang on. I do like this player.
Oh, it's him.
2012?
Oh, no, I thought you were going a different route. Okay. Right, hold on.
Okay.
Nah, I haven't got anyone in 2012 that I'm particularly set on.
I just feel, again, I've said before, I just feel with what I've got left, it fills this position, gets me sorted out. Selected 86th overall. I'm taking Colton Parayko, right D.
Good choice. I like it.
All right, who do you think I was going to take? Can I? I don't even want to. Right. Can I guess who you thought I was going to take? Did you think I was going to take Jake Gensel?
Yeah, I did think you were going to take Jake Gensel.
Dude, he doesn't get nearly enough love. I will say that though. He's a really good hockey player. Mate, really good.
But it would have been if we were doing like a double decade draft and you'd picked Sid. Yeah, I'll give you that. Perfectly acceptable player. But
I remember when we did our first draft, which is the salary cap, one player from each team draft, and I picked Jake Gensel, and you said something. I said, you know, he's got some 185 points in 212 games or something. And you were like, does he? Yes, he's really good.
He keeps banging
He's
him
a really
in.
good player.
He keeps
smacking him in.
Do you know who else is a really good player who is from the same draft as Mr. Gensel, and who I think has become someone that we've overlooked?
Is it the most underrated player in the history of the game?
The most underrated player that's ever played the game.
It was between these two for me. Go on.
It's Alex Markov, taken second, third, whatever he was.
Second overall, he was
Second
taken.
overall,
Yeah,
yeah.
It was between Barkov and Pareko.
Barkov was like stone. Like I had him on my list and I just couldn't see him. I couldn't see him at all until just now. Oh, I'm going to be stuck with 2019. Who should I take? Oh, shit. That 2019 draft is such a good little, like, it's like having to pick up a card, isn't it?
It's kind of a good little fuck you.
So,
18. Oh, God damn it.
Okay, I think there are two you can choose from.
Wait, you're picking first next, aren't you?
Yeah, so yeah.
Right, okay, hang on then. Let me look at what's left from this decision.
Yeah, I think I know who you're going to take.
Right, I'll do that then because that makes more sense for me to do that now because there's more of that there. 2018, taken fourth overall, I'll take Brady Tkachuk.
Yep, nice choice. Very good choice. Good player. I
actually thought about that one.
They make good players, that Tkachuk family, don't they?
They're all right. They know how to get to the NHL.
Right, I should probably take a left winger or a left D.
I mean, yeah. Seeing as that's what you've kind of got left.
Well, I'm looking at because I don't want to. You want to have a bit of space, don't you?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I'm going to take this player because I found out a mildly interesting fact about him. Taken 53rd overall. It's Nick Robertson, who is absolutely torn up the OHL this year. Could have set some
only
records.
because he was playing with Kirky.
With Liam Gosh. That's the thing. If I wasn't stuck on 19, if I had 2017, it'd have been Kirky. The interesting fact I learned about Nick Robertson today: he was born on 9/11.
No way.
There you go, mate.
Wow, Christ.
That's a fucking birthday to have, isn't it?
Jeez, I'll say, Jesus.
Right, this is where it gets really quite interesting now, because
interesting for you because you've got to take position. You're drafting based pure off position now.
This is the last one as well. So we've both got
some spaces.
We've both got 5. This is going to work perfectly. Last go around.
It is.
Yeah, and we'll end up on 2019. Fucking beautiful. So I've really got to pick. I've got to take a lefty. I'm glad he's still there. I like it from 2015, especially this bungs you up from taking anyone else.
Don't you fucking dare! You fucking dare take right. Go on.
I'm taking Tommy Shabbat, mate. I'm taking him.
Oh, okay, fine.
Ooh, who do you think I was going to take? Doesn't matter.
I'm kind of annoyed
because no one can take him.
Doesn't matter now. I thought you'd take Zach Greinski.
Nah, I'm more of a Shabbat guy myself.
Fair enough. Where was he taken? 18th
overall. Good, very good player. On a very bad team. I thought he'd have been your first overall pick. All right, shit. This is where it gets This is where it's going to get a little bit naughty, isn't it?
Yeah. This is the best bit. We get down to the meat and potatoes.
Oh fuck.
Right.
All right. I think I know what I'm going to do. You've always got to work backwards.
Yeah, I'm trying to work backwards because I'm like.
Right, I know who I'm going to take in 2019, so that's all right. So I can take other people.
You're not taking 19. I'm taking 19.
Oh yeah, because I just took 19. Shit,
you just took 19.
Well, that makes
and that works out. That actually works out fine for me.
Okay. Oh yeah, all right. I know who I'm going to take in 2018. Then that's even better.
So that goes there. I know who you're taking. Yep, I know who you're taking. 18. That's fine. Okay.
I'll just put him in now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's where it's at.
What do I need? Lefty, and then my entire fourth line. Well, it might not be fourth line, but
now this is where taken from years is proper gonna screw people over because you might have one position that you need filled, and there's only one person of that position available in a certain year. Oh, you just need one of everything. That's pretty naughty, isn't it?
Yeah, one of everything.
Oh, you need a centre. You need a centre. You got to take a centre now.
Well.
Oh, there are a couple sitting there. I don't need to take a centre anyway, so.
I know, but you know what I'm like? I need that. I love me a bit of that balance. Love that balance.
Right, I've already seen 2 no-brainer All right, you're fine.
Yes, I've got one. I've got 1, 2,
You're fine for centres.
3, 4. You could say 4, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dear me.
yeah, I'll give you 4. There's 4 years with good centres there.
Taken 7th overall, Mark Scheifele.
Oh, interesting. Not on my list.
Very underrated player, Mark Scheifele. Excellent player.
So 2011. He's a very good player.
Yeah.
So the centres that I had that I'd have seen you take from, probably Sean Couturier first. Then
Really?
Braden.
I'd take Scheifele over Couturier.
You think so?
Well, clearly I just did.
Mate.
Well, clearly I just did. But,
No way.
yeah, I would. Yeah, I would.
That's interesting. There's Braden Point. Kuzi,
Point.
Sagan.
Yeah. I had Sagan, Kuznetsov, Scheifele, Couturier, and then Braden Point was nearly, maybe another season I probably would have taken him over Scheifele, but this is me being stupid, but I was just thinking more about the style of my team, and I wanted some players who I know would, I love a bit of grit and jam. Well, Scheifele can do a bit of grit and jam, can't he?
The man loves grit and jam. So that was 2011 you've done, yeah?
Yeah. But the play again, as we said before, at that point, I mean, Sagan, Kuznetsov, Scheifele, Couturier, Point, they're all as good as each other. None of them are,
Yeah, it's much like much, isn't it? Right, so I need 2 winners, on each side.
I know exactly who your D-man is.
Yep, I'm glad we're both on the same page for that.
Oh, I can't say it.
It's a relatively interesting player.
I'm going to be furious.
I don't think I'm going to take who you think I'm going to take.
Okay.
I don't think, at least. Go on, I'll have him. Taken 2nd overall in the 2016 draft. It's Patrick Fortnite-Line.
Ooh, okay.
I'm worried that I haven't taken who you didn't want me to take. That always concerns me.
Well, no, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Line is a fine. Yeah, he's a fine choice.
He's fine. He'll do.
Yeah, he'll do. Okay.
Though I have stuffed myself a bit there because I can't take Carter Hart now. who I was umming and ahhing, overtaking.
I will take 2010, taken 16th overall, right wing Vladimir Tarasenko.
Yeah, very good choice. I like it.
Yeah.
He's a good player. He's a good guy. He what's the old saying, Dan? He puts the puck in the net.
He does indeed.
What's not to like about that?
What's not to like? What is not to like?
I'm struggling a bit with mine. Yeah, I've got to do it. From the 2012 draft, I'm taking Freddie Anderson.
Okay.
I think that's the only year with a particularly good goalie left, isn't it?
Yeah. 2010 had okay goalies left. There's no goalies left now. That's it.
Christ. There's 2 that I'd be interested in. I mean, I wouldn't have chosen them, which is why I didn't choose them, but I would have been interested in them.
All right, hang on. Give me a second now. 2013, only choice I could make, obviously. 77th overall, Mr. Jake Gensel.
Come on down. Moving swiftly on, because I've had all this time to think about it.
I could have taken Andreas Janssen there, but I just thought Gensel was maybe a bit better.
yeah. I think you've made a good choice there. It's a hard one to choose between.
Yeah.
I still would have taken Max Domi over Andreas Janssen, personally.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, that's not a bad point.
He's decent enough.
Anyway.
2014 draft, left winger Victor Olofsson, taken 181st overall, is going to be my player.
Okay.
My last left winger. So who are you going to take? Right, let me think. Oh, see, I thought you were going to take a goalie. I'd have thought you'd take UC Saros from 2014-13.
Oh, dude, there's no goalies I like anywhere from what's left, honestly.
Rather Saros than some 20-year-old geezer who's barely even touched the AHL, let alone the NHL.
As we've said before, though, you can't prove these goalies aren't going to be awesome.
That's very true.
Shit. You can't prove anything.
Okay, I think I know who you're going to take then. So you're going to go 2017 now, I assume.
I am indeed.
Very good. And I think you're going to go and take your left defenseman here.
Do you really?
Well, it's either going to be your lefty or your goalie.
I know.
And judging, I think to play amateur psychologist here, if you're not fussed about any of the goalies, you might as well burn your 2019 pick on a goalie and take a defenseman.
I'm taking this boy based purely off hype. Okay?
Yep. Taking 15th
on the hype
overall.
train. Bought my ticket for the hype train. 15th overall. Eric Brandstrom.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go. Well done. Congratulations.
Fuck me.
From the 2018 draft, taking first overall, taking Rasmus Dahlin.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
And then for your backup goalie, I can only assume there's only one name you're going to take, unless you're going to take somebody else just because fucking whatever.
Just to be a dick.
Well, I didn't want to say it, but yeah. It's David Ayres. There you go.
Yeah, 13th overall, 2019, Spencer Knight.
There you go. That was good. That was a good one.
So, looking at it, I mean, mine's clearly better, but...
Well, obviously. Should we run through... Do you want to think about some lines and we'll just compare some lines?
Actually, we'll just read out positions, because they're kind of like... Putting lines together is a whole of the fucking ball game,
no,
isn't it?
I'll give you that. What, do you want to go
It's all right.
goalie and work out or centre and work backwards?
Yeah, we'll go goalies and work out. Go on, you go first.
Cool. So my two goalies are John Gibson and Freddie Anderson.
I've got Vasilevsky and Spencer Knight. I should have taken Carter Hart when I had the chance, but what can you do?
Absolutely should have. So on lefty, I've got Mira Heiskanen, Thomas Chabot, and then Rasmus Dahlin.
I have Quinn Hughes, Morgan Riley, Eric Brunstrom.
Righty, I've got Steph Jones, Charlie McAvoy, and Kyle McCarr.
And I've got John Klingberg, Aaron Ekblad, Colton Parayko. You know, I fancy your right side a bit more than mine, but I prefer my left side to your left side. So there you go.
I don't know about that one there, boy.
Really?
I don't know. Like, I think Haskin's better than Hughes. I think Riley and Chabot is a bit of a wash, and Darlene has played meaningful minutes in the NHL.
Yeah, true.
But then I'm a dick, so what do you want to do next? Do you want to do wingers or centres?
Yeah, go left, right, and then centre.
All right, cool. So down the left side, I've got Andrei Svechnikov, Matthew Tkachuk, God, almost said Brady, Victor Olofsson, and Nick Robertson.
And I've got Taylor Hall, Gabriel Landeskog, Jake Gensel, and Brady Tkachuk.
Very nice. On the right, I've got Nikita Kucherov, Mikko Rantanen, Patrick Laine, and Capo Caco. Fucking don't worry about it.
Don't worry about mine, mate. David Pasternak, Mitch Marner, Mark Stone, Vlad Tarasenko.
Oh, yeah, you've obviously got the better right side because you've got 4 good players and I've only got 3.
That keeps you up at night, that line does. That side does.
That said, down the middle of the park, the most important areas on the ice, I've got Nathan McKinnon, I've got Austin Matthews, I've got Elias Pettersson, and I've got Alexander Barkov. It's over for you, mate. It's over.
Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, Mark Scheifele, and Jack Hughes.
Don't even fucking worry about it. There's some good teams though. So your two
Not bad.
2019 players. That's the interesting thing. So when you've used a 2019 pick on a goalie, that means I've got 2 2019 skaters, and you've only got 1.
Yeah.
So yeah, two members of my fourth line are going to be 18-year-olds. But still, Nick Robertson and Capo Caco centred by whoever, Barkov or...
Any of those.
Yeah. I still don't mind it. I don't mind it at all.
Do you know what? I'll say this now. I think you've edged this one. Just based purely off your centres, maybe.
I'd like to think so.
But then see, I prefer both my wings to your wings. I really do. Like I say, I think my right wing is... I've got 4, you've got 3. And my left wing... All my guys are NHL-ready players, good to go. They're all fitting in and playing well already. Whereas you've got maybe maybe they'll do something.
I think I've got... Of them. Oh, I don't know about that. Like, Svechnikov and Tkachuk are here to stay already.
Yeah, but then Olofsson and Robertson...
Yeah, that's not good.
There isn't, like, the depth of time there, is there, to pick from. But, like you say, you've got that centre depth all the way through. Whereas my... Like, McDavid, Draisaitl, Scheifele, all fine. But then... throwing Jack Hughes and you're thinking, well, I hope he turns out into something really at the
I hope
end.
he does all right.
Yeah. Interesting again, though. Interesting again.
God, a very good one. Very, very good.
So
one.
fascinating the way these go. I love doing these so much just to see, because obviously we don't know which way it's going to go, do we? I never in a million years thought I'd be down to picking a goalie from, Spencer Knight, basically. I thought at some point I would have taken a backup goalie to see me through, and I just didn't. I don't know why.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's all like adapting on the fly, and yeah, you can't. It's not like you spend an hour putting together a team, especially with this format where you're blocked off from getting other players and stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. Okay, so we should quickly mention some of the players not taken, like from 2010.
Yeah.
Tyler Sagan, Ryan Johansson, Kuznetsov. Who else we got? Johnny Gaudreau not taken. Jonathan Huberdeau, Couturier, Mika Zibanejad, Dougie Hamilton. What else we got?
Let's have a
2012.
look. Who's first overall? How many first overall picks didn't get taken? So Hischier didn't.
Nico Hischier.
Hischier didn't get taken.
Who was 18? 2001. Who was first in 18? Darlene. You took Darlene. Yeah. Taylor Hall did. Nugent Hopkins, 2011, was left off. Yakupov, obviously.
That's who I was trying to think of. Nugent Hopkins. No, you took Ekblad, Isaac McKinnon. Yeah, Yakupov.
Yeah, that's it.
Not that many that were abandoned.
3. But then you know what? The more, God, I've said it a million times, but the more you go through these drafts, it's just a crapshoot. It's just a crapshoot. We're announcing like Mark Stone, 178th, Jake Gensel, 77th, Nikita Kucherov, 58, Pasternak, 25th. And then there are guys who were taken second or third, and we're just, no, I'd never take that guy.
It's because you're drafting 17-year-olds who are playing in a variety of leagues at a variety of levels with a variety of teammates all around the world. It's like, we like you said about Taylor Hall, to wrap it all up, like, Taylor Hall's a really good player, but he's played in really bad teams. So to an extent, the results haven't been there. So you'd say, well, he's not a winner, so we won't take him. And you could have had that. Maybe Nikita Kucherov was playing in like the junior league in Russia, and he was playing on a really shit team and didn't have any players with him. So he's a 17-year-old trying to do too much or whatever, and he looks worse, and etc. etc. Especially when you get to the AHL level, and you've got to take into account that scouting is a skill in its own right. So it's about who you scout, when you scout them, where you scout them, and who's actually scouting them. There's so many variables.
Or not, as the case may be.
Yeah.
It's not a skill.
That's it. It's lucky anyone gets fucking drafted.
That's why they say it, don't it? It's so many different things have to happen for you to get to the NHL and then become a good NHL player. And half of it's just mental toughness and being in the right place or doing the right thing, or you just seem to catch a break or something, and off you go.
It's just all the stars have to align, as it were.
Indeed they do. All right, fantastic. Oh, great stuff. All right, thank you everyone for listening. Will, any last words?
Now let's get this done before my wife gets home in all of 10 minutes.
And we will do. Take care, folks. We'll see you next week.
Peace.